Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Lewis here from Next Gen Framers, and in this week's video we are starting on a remodel and an addition. So you guys can see we got an addition right here. That's going to be a garage. It's about a 530 square foot. Then about right here we have just the main part of the addition that's going to add on to the house. That's about 160 square foot. And then we're also doing a little bit of remodel on the inside. So that's going to be the inside. The house is about almost 1,400 square foot. So should take us about 3.5, possibly 4 weeks. We did miss a day yesterday. It was kind of slow because the concrete guys, we've been waiting on them to backfill. So as you guys can see right now, they're backfilling, got the loader, getting all that in. And so we're slowly getting started, as you guys can see, we have got the decking on the addition, and then we are also getting this garage up. Slowly but surely working on it. We also did some demolition. As you guys can see, we took off a bit of the siding and a little bit of the house. As you guys can see, the overhang is also, we took that off as well. So slowly but surely we're getting started. Should have a lot of this addition and this garage up by the end of the week. We'll see, but stay tuned, guys. It's going to be about 4 video series on this one, so definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you are subscribed, also hit that like and share button, and let's get right into it, guys. For those of you that are just starting out in construction, you're all going to need to know what crowning your studs means. So if your boss or someone tells you, hey, crown the studs up, I mean, you always want to crown the studs up. So if you're ever building walls and you got studs, as you guys can see here, I got a lonely stud right here. There's always going to be a bow in it, and you want to always have to mark the bow in where it is, so that way the person putting the stud up knows where the bow is, because you always want the bowed part to go out. So you know, like a bow and arrow, that's what we mean when we say bow. It's got an angle. So as you guys can see, I'll show you down here and down this one. I tried getting like the worst one out of all the studs so you guys can kind of see it. I don't know if you can see, there's kind of a bow. It's hard to tell with the camera, but oh, there you go. You can see right there. There's the bow where it goes out like that. So what you want to do is you're going to take your pencil and you're going to mark. So the bow is going like this. You want to put a little arrow going up, and that'll tell the guy that is putting up the stud to always make sure that this arrow is pointing outside of the building, never on the inside of the building. Guys, if this does not convince you to get yourself a fest tool, I don't know what will. This is probably the smartest idea ever. So pretty much what they're doing is they're taking as many studs as possible and they're just sticking them on top of each other, put some dunnage below, and then just keep adding layers, because over here we got the garage and we lasered in. If you guys have seen all our other videos, we used the laser and we got the exact measurements for all these. So kind of every single one is going to be a little bit different. Well, not every single one. Some of them will be the same. Some of them will be different. But as you guys can see, so they're just coming down here and they're just taking the measurement of whatever it is, putting the number that it is, so 3/16, 1/4, whatever it is, and then they're gonna, after they get all the measurements, they're gonna take the festool and they're just gonna cut them off just like that. Instead of having to take it to the chop saw and you have to do every single one like that. It's pretty simple two-man game right here. And then one guy pushes them out and the other guy cuts them. We're moving forward. We are now building the walls to the addition. Build them over here because there's not enough room over in the area where the addition is. So getting these built, and then we'll move them over to where, put them up. And then we also finished, as you guys can see, got the garage almost finished, not completely finished. We have to finish sheathing on this side. We just did the front and the side, so that way we'd be out of the concrete guys' way, so that way they can work without having people in their way. But all we'd have to do really is just sheet this side and then continue over here once we get this wall put in right here, and then the walls on the outside over there. Once we get those all put in, we can just finish sheathing, and then we'll be able to start working on the roof after we get everything plumbed and lined. So to make extra sure that our walls are plumb, level, and straight, we use the PLS laser. It's a Pacific laser system. And how we use that is, so this one's a red dot one. There's a green dot too. But as you guys can see, so I'll show you, there's a red dot right there. And then red dot comes out the side and goes up to the top there. As you guys can see right up there. And so what we do is we'll take on the corners. So there's the corners of the wall right here. We have a corner, and we'll do this on all the other corners, just to make sure that they're all plumb, level, and straight. And so what you do is you take the laser and you want to kind of have it on the corner, as you guys can see, on the outside of that wall, of the wall. And then you're going to go up to the top. So you can't really see it at all through the camera lens, but up there, so we already did this one, so it's already plumb, and we already nailed it in the bracing. But you'll be able to see it barely on that corner up top, right up there. So you'll barely be able to see it, and that's when you know it's good, when it's like matching up. Both laser lines are matching up. And then as you guys can see, we'll have a brace. You guys can see there's a brace coming down there, and we will nail it once it is good. Nifty little trick if you guys can't get a brace to move by pure muscle and you got to use something else. We use a yellow bar and a piece of wood, and you're just going to nail the piece of wood down. You nail the piece of wood down, take the bar, and you just move it until you get it to the place you need.
Steve, a little bit more. Yep, right there.
And there you go.
We're going to start framing our roof of this house. It is a stick frame roof, meaning we build it out of just 2x8s, 2x12s, whatever's called out really on the print, as opposed to trusses. So we build it ourselves instead of having a truss company manufacture trusses and send it out to us. So we have to start with our ceiling joists. That's what you guys see here. So the way we cut our ceiling joists, the way everybody I think cuts their ceiling joists, is they figure out what their plumb cut and their seat cut is of their rafters coming down onto the wall. And what we do is we won't necessarily go from, so the wall is going to be right here, the top of the wall is right here. And then our rafter, the top of our rafter is going to be about right here, heading up the roof, okay? So what we do to make it to where this doesn't interfere with our roof, this cut right here, we'll cut it about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch smaller than needs to be. So this right here, what was this? This is 3 5/8. And the wood that goes between the wall and our top of our rafter is 3 7/8. So we have it 1/4 of an inch lower than it is, so it doesn't interfere with us, doesn't affect us, you know what I'm saying? And then the way you figure out this angle right here, going up your roof, this is a 512 roof, so you pretty much just we use a protractor. You will put your protractor on a 22.5-degree angle, which is a 512 pitch, and you'll send it along there and cut it off. That way it doesn't interfere as well. Okay, so Dom and I are going to crown them, meaning we'll see which way the wood is bowing, if it does bow, and we will put the bow, so if it bows like this, it curves up like this, we'll make that going up. That way when the weight of the roof comes onto the ceiling joist, it pushes the bow out of it, as opposed to having it dipping and messing with the whatever they put on the ceiling of the house or the garage. So that's what Dom went and crowned every single one of these. As you can see, these are all of our crowns. And then we are going to just take one of these. We use as a pattern because we have the measurement of our garage, and we will just put a pattern on there and mark every single one of them, and then cut them off and stack it up until we have the right amount. We'll put it on the telehandler, send it out there, and Gabe and I will be on the wall, dropping them down on the wall, fastened to the wall.
So while the boys are over there cutting our ceiling joists, we're gonna get rafters. So we took the measurement of our building, divide it in half, take out our ridge width, and then it's a 5-inch pitch. Put that all in a calculator, and that gives us our rafter length, which is 129 7/8. We put a 512 over here, on here, cut it. We measure from top of over to top here, 129 7/8. So we mark another 512. We know that our we want 3 7/8 above the wall for our birds box. So we mark out 3 7/8. Then we take a square line off of this, shoot that way. That creates our bird box, and then we have a 2-foot tail. We throw on our little pieces of OSB, and now we create a pattern where we just plop it on the next one. After you crown it up, plop it on the next one, mark it all. We're going to do 13 of them. They're all the same. We don't have to pull out a tape measure each time. And that's pretty much it. We just keep going.
Alrighty guys, now that everything has been cut, we are putting them up and installing them. So as you guys can kind of see it in the back there, the boys already put them up. So those are the long ones that Gabe was working on. He was cutting those, and then Will and Dom are cutting the ones they're putting up right now. These ones right here, the shorter ones, because we're gonna have a porch right here. So there's gonna be overhangs going into that for the porch. And then over here were the longer ones, and these have that overhang for the sub fascia right going along down here. And now obviously we'll put some rakes up here, sheet it all the way up, finish framing inside of that area, and then move on to the addition part and that side of the roof, because we gotta build the roof on the addition. Alrighty guys, that's gonna wrap it up from us here at Next Gen Framers. Thank you guys so much for watching on this one. We did get a lot done, as you guys can see in the back. We got the whole garage and the addition up. We did not finish sheathing it because we have to build there's like a little in front of the porch. The porch is getting like cedar, and then we're also gonna be putting trusses. I'm not 100% sure on that. That'll be next week's video. We'll be probably tearing off. As you guys can see, we did start tearing off right here, and we'll be tearing off the entire house. There's a porch in the back we're also tearing off, so we'll be doing that next week's video. We'll also be finishing the porch and then starting on the inside as well. So definitely stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, like and share this video if you guys could. And if you guys have any questions, comment below and I will definitely respond to them, all right? But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.